New strikes across Tehran tonight as the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran is expanding.
Homes, schools, hospitals, and police stations have been hit. State media report more than 1,000 people have been killed.
Today, several major wars are occurring around the world, significantly affecting global politics, security, and humanitarian conditions. One of the most important geopolitical conflicts today involves Iran, Israel, and the United States. To understand the current tension between Iran, Israel, and the United States, it is important to examine the historical roots of Iran's relationship with Western powers. So one of the earliest sources of tension was the control of Iran's oil resources by the Anglo-Persian Oil Company, which is a British company established after major oil reserves were discovered in Iran in 1908. Although Iran possessed by the natural resources, most of the profits were controlled by the United Kingdom. Many Iranians believe that this arrangement exploited their country's wealth and limited Iran's economic independence. This satisfaction grew stronger in the mid-20th century. In 1951, Iran's Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh nationalized the oil industry in order to regain control of Iran's resources. This decision angered Britain and raised concern in the United States about losing influence in the region. In 1953, the United States and the United Kingdom supported a covert operation that overthrew Mossadegh in an event known as the 1953 Iranian coup d'etat. After the coup, the Shah of Iran regained power and maintained close relations with Western countries. However, many Iranians viewed the coup as foreign interference in their national sovereignty. And this resentment eventually contributed to the Iranian Revolution, which overthrew the Shah and established an Islamic government that strongly opposed both the United States and also Israel. Since then, the relations between Iran and the United States have been extremely tense. Also, one of the biggest sources of tension is Iran's nuclear program. Israel and the United States fear that Iran could eventually develop nuclear weapons, which would dramatically change the balance of power in the Middle East. For many years, Iran and Israel fought indirectly through proxy groups and limited attacks. However, tensions escalated significantly after the broader Middle East crisis that followed the Israel and Hamas war. In 2024, Iran launched hundreds of ballistic missiles toward Israel in response to Israeli strikes on Iranian-linked targets in the region. In June 2025, Israel carried out large airstrikes against Iranian nuclear facilities and military bases, targeting sites such as Natanz and Isfahan in an attempt to weaken Iran's nuclear capabilities. The conflict escalated further in February 2026 when Israel and the United States launched a coordinated military operation called Operation Lion's Roar. The operation targeted military bases, nuclear facilities, and government infrastructure across Iran. This attack killed several Iranian military leaders and caused extensive damage to strategic facilities. Responded by launching drones and ballistic missiles at Israeli cities and the U.S. military base across the Middle East, including bases in Qatar, Bahrain, and the United Arab Emirates. Amid rising global conflicts, an international initiative called the Board of Peace was proposed as a part of diplomatic efforts to stabilize the Middle East and address post-war reconstruction, particularly related to the Gaza crisis. However, the situation became controversial because the military action against Iran continued even after the establishment of this peace initiative. Critics argue that the involvement of the United States in military strikes against Iran raises questions about the credibility of the Board of Peace. This contradiction highlights a broader issue in international politics. While governments often promote diplomatic initiatives and peace frameworks, geopolitical interests and security concerns can still lead to military escalation. These ongoing wars demonstrate how historical tensions, political rivalries, and struggles for power continue to influence global conflicts today. So, after hearing all of that, what do you guys think?